Welcome into the Pilates studio. Today we're doing a level 1 class, medium intensity, medium pace. We're going to start with leg work, so down on our backs. So choose 3 or 4 springs and then lay down. Put your heels on the bar, legs in the parallel position. And first we're going to get organized into neutral position. Heels on the bar, legs in their parallel, narrow parallel position. Scoop those abs in. And let's start our leg pressing. On your inhale, press out. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, press. Exhale, pull. We're doing 8 repetitions of each move today. Inhale, press. Exhale, pull. And last one. And pulling in, now turning out to Pilates V. Heels on the bar, either heels together or slightly apart. Wrapping those thighs and keeping those hips stable, spine stable in neutral position. Inhale, press. Exhale, pull. Keep working on wrapping those thighs as we step out now to second position pressing 8 times. Inhale, press, exhale, pull. It's harder to keep the hips stable when the legs are wider apart, so keep focusing on that. Your Pilates scoop, your Pilates breath. Keep that pace going. We're coming in on the last of heels on the bar, leg work. Now roll off the carriage, sit up, and change your springs for footwork. Footwork, we're going to reduce 1 spring. So take off either the heavy, the medium, or the light spring to lighten up your footwork a little bit. Then roll back down onto the carriage. Put the balls of the feet on the bar. Align the legs in parallel. And we'll start with prancing. Prancing is the move. One of my favorites opening for Footwork series. Footwork series adds in the ankle joint, so let's bring some focus to those strong ankles, strong feet. And moving on to lifts and lowers. Calf raises, lifts and lowers in the Pilates studio. Keeping the thighs squeezed, legs straight. Lifting and lowering the heels while keeping the toes gripping the bar. Then try bending the knees about 50% of the way down, lifts and lowers. Now the carriage stays still just moving that ankle joint. This one's really tough. ISO lifts and lowers. And we'll finish with 8 right here. Now we're moving on to deep knee bends, keeping the heels up high, bending the knees very deeply, and pressing out. This one's so good for those knee joints. And last of the deep knee bends. Dip down into the calves and Achilles and give them a good stretch. Now we'll sink down into one foot. Bring that foot just a little higher up on the foot bar than over on the other foot for a deeper calf stretch. The next move we're doing now is flat-footed press. Now keeping the heels down as deep as you can throughout the deep knee bend. Try to keep the heels down deep. It's hard to see on me because I do have tight ankles and calves. But see, try to think flat-footed press, squatting with your heels down as deep as you can get them. This one's such a great move for ankle mobility. Flat-footed press. And we'll finish the series like we started, prancing. Prancing. 8 times you come all the way home. Bridging is next, so take that headrest down to its flat position. Heels on the bar. And legs together in their midline position. Let's try some midline bridging today. Legs and feet all the way together as we start our rolling bridges. Imprint, roll the hips and spine up into the air, and exhale, articulate the spine as you roll down. Keeping the midline position, legs squeezing together, Scooping those abs in nice and deep. Inhale as you roll your bridge up, and exhale as you roll that spine back down. Rolling bridges with the legs in the midline position. Our next move is floating bridges, now pressing that carriage out and in. So you're going to park your bridge, right about halfway up or down, doesn't matter. And then we'll start our floating bridges, pressing the carriage out and pulling the carriage in. Inhale as you press out, exhale as you pull in. Trying to keep those legs together on the midline position. Inhale, press, exhale, pull. Keeping those abs scooped and stable. We want to be in a neutral or imprint position with the low back, not extending or arching our back, not flaring out the ribs. And last of the floating bridges, then roll yourself down, relax a little bit, take a little stretch. A little twist of the hips, a little Pilates baby. Recover. Then curling up into your ball shape, legs together, tucking in, curl your body up. We're starting single leg stretch now. Single leg stretch, the abs move, extending one leg straight and then switching to 1, 2, 1, 2. Scoop and switch, scoop and switch. We're doing 8 switches per leg. Just keep going. I'll tell you when to stop. And you can tuck those legs in. Pilates baby, recovery position. Hands gripping the shins. Legs can rock a little side to side. Next abs move is bent leg lifts. Legs in tabletop position. Your back is in the imprint position. Low back flexed into the mat, extending the hips, bringing the legs forward and downward, and exhale as you flex the hips, pulling the legs up and inwards. Bent leg lifts, only going as far as you can keep your spine stable. And the next move is hip twist. Hip twist from the tabletop position, or as I hold my legs, the extended tabletop position. Keeping the knees together. This move should be limited by how far you can go, by how you can keep your knees squeezed, your thighs squeezed completely together without splitting them apart. Also the back shoulder blade as you do hip twist, keeping that back shoulder down. Making sure you're not arching your back to do the move, but really dig on into the core. And we'll stop and relax right there. Great job on the core work. All right, we're headed to angel stretch now. Recovery stretch, arms wide, legs straight on top of the bar. On angel stretch, it feels so good to roll those hips up. It's like a straight-legged bridge. Feels great. Then roll that spine back down. Relax your body a little bit more. And we're going to step into Pilates V position. Prepare for bridging in Pilates V. Heels on the bar, Pilates V. Imprint, roll the hips up and down. I call these butterfly bridges. We're going to do 8 repetitions of our butterfly bridges. Butterfly bridge, really rotating those thighs out wide, legs out wide. Scooping in deep into those abs, and you can really feel that part where your deep glutes and your external rotators and your inner thighs all kind of meet right there, deep within those hips. Such a great move. Yeah, you can see I like this one. Oh, yeah, that feels great. And rolling that bridge, keeping that carriage locked into home until you're ready to press now into your floating butterfly bridge. Floating that butterfly bridge out and in 8 repetitions. Here we go. Hey, if turning out doesn't feel great, you can always be parallel. You don't have to be turned out ever. Inhale as you press out. Exhale as you pull in. Inhale, extend the hips and the legs. Exhale, pull, flex the hips and the legs. And last one. And we'll roll back down. Let's recover with a little bit of prancing. Balls of feet on. Prancing the legs. And now we're headed into Pilates V. Pilates V, balls of feet on the bar, prancing. Pilates V. And Pilates V, lifts and lowers, calf raises with Pilates V. Legs are turned out. Remember, the legs are turned out. Make sure your femurs, your kneecaps are turned out. And now lifts and lowers with bent legs. Pilates V, legs staying turned out. Lifts and lowers, carriage stays still. Deep knee bend. Pilates V. Deep knee bends. Bending and straightening while keeping those heels high. Then you remember these flat-footed presses. Here they come. Flat-footed press. Press out one time. Dip those heels down deep. Bend the knees deeply while trying to keep those heels rooted down. Imagine the ground underneath you. Root those heels down and squat down on them. This one's so tough. Flat-footed press, Pilates V. Try not to lift the heels. I know mine are lifting. It's physically impossible to not lift your heels at all. But you can think, more flexible ankles, Matthew. You could sure get those heels down nice and deep. Maybe a little deeper. Okay, that's good on our footwork series. Take a big breath. If you want to twist the hips out a little bit, you can. We're about to turn off to the Reformer, change our springs, and get ready for arm work series. Taking a couple more relaxing breaths here after all that great leg work and footwork. And if you'll roll off your carriage, we're going to change our springs down to arm work springs. Most people like a heavy and a medium, or a heavy and a light spring. So you can go on down onto your back, make that spring choice, and get your arm work loops. Hands in the small loops. Try to keep the shoulders clear of the blocks. Legs in tabletop position. And we'll start with parallel arm pulls. All right, keeping our imprints down low, rib cage laced, shoulders under control. Parallel arm pulls. And moving out wide to Pilates V. Pilates V, arm work. Inhale, extend the arms up. Exhale, pull them in and down. Inhale, up and out. Exhale, in and down. Pilates V, 8 repetitions, headed to small circles, small backstroking circles by the hips. Changing the legs now to arrow shape. Arrow right, extending that right leg. Then we'll switch. Let's switch the circles, switch the leg. Small front stroking circles down by the hips. Arrow left. And we'll go to T-arms. T-arms. You can do tabletop or totally straight legs, as I'm showing straight legs. T-shape on the arms, bringing them out and in. Inhale, pull the arms out wide. Exhale, pull in from deep within the shoulders. We'll head to triceps extensions next, tucking those legs into tabletop. Tucking the arms into the sides, nice and tight to the rib cage, and working that triceps extension, flexing and extending fully through the triceps muscle. Such a good move, and we'll finish the first round right there. Okay, one round of arm work done. Let's relax a few seconds and take a breather. Now's a good time to breathe in deeply into your belly because we use so much abs in Pilates Reformer. Now breathe in nice and deep into the belly here. Stretch those abs out for a second with your breath, and then get ready for the next round of arm work. Okay, arm work, adding in an ab curl now. Parallel arms, pull and curl. Exhale, pull and curl yourself up. Think curling up towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull and curl. Exhale, pull and curl. Make sure you keep a nice long neck here. You're not curling with your neck and jaw muscles. Curling with the abs, just carrying the head along with your torso. Then stay up and pump those arms. 8. Curl up, stay up there and pump the arms. And 2, 1, relax back. Next is big backstroking circles. Headed back to arrow right with the leg. Shape. And last of the big backstroking circles, we'll change direction, change leg, and arrow left with the legs, front stroking circles with the arms. Love this shape. So pretty. Feel the strength. Returning one more time to the triceps extension, adding in a kick out of the legs. Triceps extension with an extension of the legs. Very nice shape. This is like halfway to coordination, the classical move. I like staying stacked back on the mat. And last, triceps extension and relax to your back. We're done with arm work. We're going to peg these straps and head into feet-in straps next. We need to make a spring change. Most people like 2 heavy springs or a heavy and a medium spring for feet-in straps. So go ahead and make your feet-in straps change and then return to your back to your supine position, and we'll head into feet-in straps. Step one leg out, put one strap on one foot. Hold it there, then step the other foot into your straps. So you're in your feet in straps. Get your headrest organized. Up or down is fine. Then legs are straight. You want to make sure your straps are even. As you can see, I'm evening out my straps. There we go. Legs are straight, and you're in your neutral position, looking for neutral position, scooping those abs in, stacking that posture up, and we're starting with our straight leg pulls. Straight legs pulling up and down. Inhale as you pull the legs up, and exhale as you pull the legs down. Keeping neutral position, that's the main challenge on this series, and the hamstrings will stretch accordingly. Straight leg pulls up and down. Lead into straight leg circles, backstroking circles, pulling the legs up, splitting them apart, circling them around and through. Inhale as you circle the legs up, and exhale as you circle the legs around. Backstroking circles. And last, going to parallel leg press now. Legs in parallel position, split ever so slightly apart. Then bending the legs, tucking them in. Parallel leg press. The kneecaps go right underneath the ropes here. It's a great stability challenge. Parallel leg press with the feet in the straps. And we're headed right into froggy. Froggy is simply turning out here. Heels stay together. Froggy 8 times. Oh, I love froggies. So good for those glutes and the hips. And last froggy, headed to straight leg circles. Now out and up circles. Pulling the legs over and across, down along the midline. Inhale as you split, pull out and up. And exhale as you circle the legs around and down. last one. Sweeping splits are next. Legs are straight, split them apart and pull them together. Keep your turnout the entire time on these sweeping splits. Some days we do more intricate details, but today we're just going to keep it foundational, and this is such a good one. Sweeping splits. Work those inner thighs. Now keep them split. Leg bubbles. We're circling the legs around, keeping them split apart. Leg bubbles. 8 times backwards and then 8 times forwards, going the other way now. Leg bubbles. Oh, this one's so good for the inner thighs, the outer thighs, the glutes. You're like, oh my gosh, everything's working. Yes. Leg bubbles. We'll finish off the series with bullfrogs, tucking the legs in like froggy, then kicking them wide apart, then pulling the straight legs together. Bullfrogs, great move. Inhale as you split, kick, and pull. Exhale. Return. Bullfrogs, kick wide, pull together, tuck the legs in like froggy. Inhale, kick. Exhale, pull, and tuck. Ooh, that one felt good. Let's relax into some stretching now. So you'll hold on to your ropes with your hands while you stretch. And let's go into Peter Pan stretch. Peter Pan right. My leg goes a little out of frame. I'm just kicking it out to the right there. Right leg out to the right. And you're just guiding the stretch along with the hands. The other thing, you can hold your hands here holding the rope so you can really commit to your stretches a little bit more. You can turn the hips into your Peter Pan left, guiding the stretch with the hands as well. Now return to the center, Spidey stretch, Spider-Man stretch. We're going to push the ropes up off your hips. Bring the heels together down by these springs. And then we'll kick up into our hamstring stretch. Lengthening up with straight legs. We're going to lower the headrest and do our short spine massage next. Short spine, hands down, legs pull up, roll the hips up into the air, tuck the legs in, then roll the spine and hips down. Inhale, prepare, exhale, pull the legs up. Inhale, lift the hips higher, tuck the legs in, exhale as you roll the spine and hips down. Short spine. Such a beautiful move. And last one. We'll finish our feet in straps flow here. Let's go ahead and take the straps off the feet. 1, 2. Put them on the pegs. Curl yourself off the carriage. Make sure to watch my curling off on and off the carriage video if you want to know how to get on and off quickly because you're doing a home reformer class. You're going to need to know how to make your own spring changes. All right, we're headed to our kneeling facing front series. We have one heavy to perhaps a heavy and a light spring on, and we're starting with kneeling abs facing front. Kneeling, feet against the shoulder blocks. Scooping those abs in, trying to stack that posture up. Nice long posture here, trying to open up the hips and feel those abs eccentrically holding on nice and firm. Last set on kneeling abs 1. And we'll step down to the right side of the reformer. Ready to go for scooter. Scooter right. Scooter left. Left foot on. Just pumping that leg just a little bit. Go ahead and stay stable here as you pump that leg. And now standing leg press left. Now extending the leg fully. Notice that the knee is up here. So you're going to press the leg all the way back and then flex it all the way in. Standing leg press. Nothing moves but that left leg. You might need to change the springs for this series, but we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Okay, come on back on top. Now we're headed to jackrabbit, so hands on top of the bar. Press the legs back into a plank position, then tuck the legs in, pulling the carriage in, jackrabbit. Hey, if jackrabbits are too tough, you can always do these on the dock as well, the front dock. All right, inhale, press, exhale, tuck, inhale, press, exhale, tuck. Jackrabbit. Usually with a spring to a spring and a half works perfect. And tuck all the way in, step down to your left side. Okay, scooter right. Scooter, pumping that right leg. You're going to be able to see me, my body stay stable on this side as we go into standing leg press right. Trying to keep the hips and the body as stable as possible. You can see my hips trying to turn. I'm trying to turn them back. So stay still, hips. Standing leg press. And last one. Come all the way into home. Now we'll do our kneeling swans. Love kneeling swans. Go ahead and lighten up to a medium and a light springs. One medium, one light spring. Then you're pressing back with the arms, pulling up with the arms. This is a back extension move, so you can choose back extension. Inhale as you press back, lengthen the shoulders. Exhale as you pull in, lifting up high. There's actually so much length going on in this move, you can choose your breath pattern. Keeping those glutes squeezed, abs co-contracted. Inhale, extend. Exhale, pull. Oh, I dipped my head on those last couple. Let's see if I get it right on this one. That's better. Inhale, back. Exhale, pull in and up, lifting up high and relax. Kneeling swans done. Now we're headed back to our shell stretch, shell on reformer. I like to walk my feet back, hang them off back behind the headrest. Then walk up just a little bit. Let's start sidewinders. Sidewinders is a great thoracic mobility move. Twisting to one side, leading arm turns up, trailing arm turns down, getting a great traction stretch on those shoulders. Then you can reach across. You're going to reach across, twist, reach across, and pull back on that bar. Get that great feeling, pulling back on the bar right there. Then returning to the center. And stepping down to the right side. We're on a lighter spring still, ready to go for lunging. Lunging. Extend the leg, extend the hip, extend your back. Inhale as you extend, and then flex in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex the leg, flex the hip, flex your back. All in coordination. Lunging left. And last one, lunging back and stay back now. Stay back on your last lunge. Now rocking lunge. Rock forward and back on your front leg. You can put your forearms on the bar here if you like to get off your wrists. Rocking lunge, pushing back off the front leg, pulling in off the front leg. Yeah, this one's a good one right here. Stretch out that left hip. Rocking lunge. And then we'll finish with some pulsing lunges now, getting back deep in that lunging position and pulsing the end range. Scooping those abs in. Make sure not to overstretch your hip by scooping in. And then come all the way in, returning to home. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Lunging right, extending this right hip, extending your back, and then flexing the hip, flexing your back. Inhale as you extend and exhale as you flex. Lunging is one of my favorite moves on Reformer. Feels so good through the whole body. It's really good for spine and hip coordination as well. Inhale, extend back into your last lunge here. And we'll stay for rocking lunge. Keep that back leg back there, rocking lunge, rocking forward and backward on the left leg. Forward and back on the left leg. You can push with the arms or you can drop down to those forearms. That works as well. Rocking forward and back. And then getting into your pulsing lunge now. Pulsing. Deep, long iso lunge. Adding in a bit of length with the pulsing. Keep scooping those abs in. And then flexing in and relaxing your body. We're moving on to our rolling back series now. Most people like one heavy, one medium spring, or perhaps a medium light combo. All right, rolling back, hands to the chest, seated about a fist width off the back edge of the carriage, and then roll your body backwards and roll your body forwards. We're going to stay flexed. Flex spine throughout, so we're working the abs. Inhale as you roll your body back, extending the hips open, and exhale as you flex your torso forward and flex the hips. Inhale as you extend back into your roll back, and exhale as you flex forward. And last, roll back. We're going to roll back and stay back here. Biceps curls are next. Oops, there we go. Biceps curls are next. Extend the arms and flex the arms. Biceps curl. Keep those arms, upper arms stable as you flex and extend at the elbows. Working the biceps and the abs here. Such a great move. Biceps curls on Reformer. Work those bis, and then curl yourself up and shake it out. All right, straight back is the next move. We're just going to do 4 repetitions on straight back. So stack yourself up, neutral posture. Extend the hips. Keep your posture neutral as you hinge your body back and hinge your body forward. All right, last on our straight back here. Now, keeping your back straight, let's work seated row with a twist. Make sure you're stacking up as high as you can. Seated row and twist. Seated one-arm row with a twist, 8 times each side. We're going to add in a bit of external rotation with the arms as well. This feels so good. It might be subtle on the video, but you can really feel it. If you kind of try to tuck the elbow into your side and turn open, you're going to really feel so many muscles in that shoulder cuff. Seated single arm row with a twist, adding in some external rotation. We'll finish the seated series here, so peg the straps and spring down to a half spring, either a light or a medium, and we'll go into our kneeling abs facing rear to close out our series today. Kneeling abs facing rear, hands on the rails, knees together, tucking the legs in and extending the legs back. Those thighs are a few inches behind the shoulder blocks, so you can really extend the hips here. Kneeling abs facing rear. Scoop those abs in. Inhale, extend the hips. And exhale, flex the hips. Keeping stable through your body. Then sinking back to a shell stretch. Shell, relax. I like to slide the feet back into the well here for shell stretch. Just letting those toes relax as well. And we're headed to triceps extensions. Triceps extension right. Move to the right side of the carriage. Usually the same spring works here. We're going to grip the rope. Grip the rope itself as you kick back that right arm. Triceps extension. Usually the same spring works for kneeling abs and kneeling triceps. If not, you can always walk up your rope higher or walk down lower to get the right effect so you don't have to change your spring in a group class. And now a straight arm pull. Straight arm pull. Straight back and straight forward. Straight arm pull, great for the lats. Try to use those lats. Like to turn the head a little bit along with it. Work that shoulder cuff. Last just 4 on the straight arm pulls. And we'll move to the left side of the reformer. For left arm, triceps extension 8 times. A lot of people call this a kickback. You do this in the weight room with dumbbells. It's a great move on Pilates Reformer. Really gentle on the shoulder joint. Neutral spine, shoulder stays stable, upper arm stays stable. Kick back, sculpt that left arm. Last one, get the left arm straight and start your straight arm pullbacks 4 times. Straight arm sweeping forward, sweeping back. Inhale, pull. Exhale, return. Last one. And exhale, return. Last round on kneeling abs facing rear. These are called sidewinders. It's a good one to end on. Sidewinder is going to turn the legs to one side. The knees are right in the middle of the carriage. Thighs are able to clear the blocks as you tuck the legs in. This one works the obliques. Sidewinders, left. Legs off to the left. You see, you can lift that back knee up just a little bit and really work this move. So good for these obliques muscles. And let's finish this first round of sidewinders left, then turn the legs to the right side of the carriage. Start your sidewinders right. Sidewinders right 8 times. Really working in on these right side obliques. And the left internals as well, but really work on those right externals. Exhale, tuck in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tuck. Inhale, extend. We'll finish with our last few reps of sidewinders here and relax your body. You can stay relaxed. The workout is done for today. Great job on your full flow. See you next time in the studio.